Yo, what's good? So I got episode 2 of ARK4BOBS, yeah? It's basically going to show you the best kit and hotbar that you can use for PvP, so let's get straight into it. For the meta right now, you're going to want to wear a tech set, yeah? Depending on if you're on a dino or not. For just general PvP, yeah? No dinos, you're always going to want a tech set. Crafted's way better. You want to have good dura. These are capped, so you always want a tech shield. I would say always have at least 2 sets of flak, and for the most part I would wear legs and a flak helmet over the tech just because it's a lot better. In certain scenarios against really good players, you put flak boots on and you just basically have to, like, if you're gonna tech punch to the ground, you have to turn your jetpack on before you hit it. If you're fighting really good players, they're gonna net you and then they're gonna tech rifle your feet. They'll aim for your feet because tech against tech just does a lot of damage, and like this tech rifle, they got some 296s out there, they fucking shred. So yeah, basically just like you understand that setup, just play like according to how you are on a server or who you're fighting against. But you know, you got your ammo, have some rockets in case you can get a battery turret, some C4 for some C4 traps, your buffs. Now these are the things that are kinda like controversial, they're up to you. Basically this is my hotbar that I use for PvP. This is 9 out of 10 times what I always have. I'll usually just, if I use the flamethrower, a whip or a beer, I will just access it from my inventory by just, you know, selecting it if I need to. Same with the flamethrower, same with the beer. Sometimes I'll hotbar it for certain scenarios, but for the most part, this is the layout. I'm gonna give you like an idea of what I use each thing in my hotbar for, so you can see the scenarios that they're used in and what I use them for. So we'll get into that now, yeah? So if you're wondering why I use a hover sail, yeah, they're fucking OP. So if you're tech bow fighting mid-air, where you can't med brew or tech canteen or brew, you can literally just pop your hover sail and heal up mid-air, no need to end the fight. Not only are they really good for getting around the map with low element, they're pretty tanky too. Like, they get you out of some situations if you got a lightning wyvern coming at you and he's trying to blast you up. If you pop that, it tanks quite a lot. I mean, I'm just standing here and letting my friends at me. You'd take way less damage in a real scenario, but yeah, it's really OP. I'd highly suggest having one of these in your hotbar. So the next thing you obviously want is a tech shield. Couple of purposes, they reflect almost everything. So if somebody tries to net you, you can net it back. You can make them kill themselves. They're really good at soaking heavy turrets. Like a 10k dura, tech shield will soak a capped heavy, no problem. Then you got your tech bow, probably the best weapon in the game. Your flame arrow will basically 2-shot anyone. And the trank arrow will 1-shot someone in exo. You can combo it with a tech rifle too. It's pretty nice. Explosive arrows for the skiff, and yeah. Tranks are really nice. If the character has fortitude, it might take 2 shots with exo. If they're wearing flak or like a nice tech set or something, it could take a couple. So the reason I have a sleeping bag, yeah, is those, I'm gonna make a separate video on this, but it's like structure movement. It's just a quicker way of moving in ARK. You can get better positions on wyverns for tech punching or just getting out of danger. It's good for chasing people, it's good for dodging fabbies. It's just really nice. Like, it's just a better way of playing in my opinion. You can get your net out too a lot quicker, so you should definitely just practice tech punching and double tapping your structure button. So You can block flame with the tech shield as well, if somebody's trying to flame bob you. And the tech canteen is your absolute counter to flame bobs. As long as you have that, as soon as you take a drink of it, it removes the flame effect from you, like it was never there. If the little gypsy's chasing you down though, flaming you up, then, you know, make sure you're moving, holding your shield. Okay, so the crossbow is honestly the most important thing, probably, for survival. Gets you out of so many situations. As you see, I just got picked by a skiff. It's a good way to counter that. It's the only way to counter getting picked is to grapple yourself free and destroy the actual skiff. Sometimes you even end up DPing on top on some weird shit, but yeah. Basically just combo that with your explosive arrows, because you free shot a skiff with a cap tech bow. As you can see, that was one shot. Done a lot of damage. So let's say you're too high and you can't hit the ground with your grapple. You basically just want to look up and actually hit the actual skiff itself, and then detach your grapple and pull out your tech bow and just proceed to violate it. So the same thing goes for like griffins, wyverns, anything that can pick you. You can grapple free, you get the idea. Another nice thing is obviously grapple fishing, which is where you hit a player and you hold either right trigger or the left mouse button and you can pull them in the turrets. Very nice. A good thing to note is that if somebody's holding their tech shield up, it won't reflect the grapple, so you can still just grapple fish them. Pull them into your turrets. Another handy thing is, let's say one of your friends has just died. And only top Gs do this. You gotta grapple his fucking kit, yeah? Let's say it's in turret range, you can actually shoot a grapple, and as long as you hit the body with it, it'll pull the body towards you. You should always do this at every opportunity. Always help a buddy in need. So, the other cool thing is weight and tames, right? If you grapple a tame, it transfers your weight onto that. As you see, I grappled this mana, now we can't move. Her neck is fucked, and you can kill the rider however you choose. Completely immobilizes the tame. You can do the same type of strat on Gigas, Reapers, absolutely any dino in the game. Everything has a weight limit. All you gotta do is just make sure that you got enough weight to over encumber whatever you're about to grapple, and don't be encumbered yourself, and just choose how you want to kill the rider. Yo, so a cutter is the most basic shit you should have on ARK. You use it to counter harpoon launchers netting you. You basically want to crouch, hold your tech shield up like I just did. The other counter is grapples. If you got some little gypsy trying to fish you into some turrets, just look at them with the cutter. You can use an axe or a sword, cut the line. And the last thing you use it for is basically if you're riding any tame that can be netted, if some little gypsy nets you, just pull out your cutter, hit it 3 times, and hop back on that shit. You get 30 seconds of immunity to it. Okay, so nets are really fucking nice for PvP. You can do so many things with them. One of the main counters is, like I just done, you can net lightning wyverns. Most people die way quicker than that, Necky's just built different, but if you time it right you can counter picks, you can counter lightning breaths, basically use it like a crossbow and grapples to get out of it. You can use it for net rifling, which is pretty much meta right now. You just net someone and then fucking spam them with a tech rifle. It's a very strong meta. Nets are like, you can't PvP without them. Something you can do is you can swap something in your hotbar for your whip. If you net someone, they have to pull out a cutter. So if you're quick, you can actually whip the cutter out with their hands, comboing it with a net, and it's quite a nice little play. You just leave them standing there screwed. For defense, you need harpoon launchers. So if some little pagans on your server, you soak in your turrets. As long as you net them, 9 out of 10 times, unless the guy's like some crackhead, he's gonna die at your turrets. And like, it's pretty much the easiest way to counter stegos right now, as long as you have a dude netting them. So this is a nice little strategy you can use to counter Y-ones. If you net it or tech punch it, stand on this spot. When the guy cuts it free and he tries to remount it, just pull out your flamethrower. You can combo it by tech punching at the same time, but no matter what he does, unless he flies you in a turret nearby, he's pretty much fucked. He can try lightning breath and yeah, like he won't be able to hit you, and you can just stand here and flame him. I think you need tech boots to do this, it helps, but yeah. Nice little trick as well for if someone ever nets you. If you decide to be a savage, you can pull out your whip and potentially whip their tech rifle straight away. It's a really nice play.